We'll have to do that over again.
Okay, so
okay.
Let's just start all over.
Okay, welcome again to Heroes Lounge Season 10. Today we are going to be casting the Mythic Championship, which is all people from Division 1. This is then, Season 10 in Heroes Lounge. And today with me I have my lovely co-caster here, Baby Houdini, aka Joachim.
Thank you for having me, Eric.
Is a... I have a thingy. I have double sound. Okay, nice. Okay, there we go. So yeah, great player, great caster. We also attended yesterday's Legendary Cup, which was a great experience. Obviously,
100%.
This whole thing is it's a lovely tournament to be joining in, and of course, would like to thank the Heroes Lounge people for inviting us to be able to cast today. So,
it's a great pleasure. And also, obviously, if you want to experience Heroes Lounge yourself, you can sign up next season. It's open for sign-ups right now. I would not hesitate because this is the only way to really get to play Heroes of the Storm way to just play, right? And not just with four random people in Storm League. Forming a team, it's a great experience and good journey you take with you guys as well.
What is? Oh yeah. So we have the two teams here that's going to be playing up against each other. So we have the teams Ujemne win ratio, and we have the other team on the other side who's called Quick Slick Trick. And there will be a poll with also the other teams from the tournament here. There are in total. There was initially supposed to be 6 teams, but one of the teams unfortunately couldn't play. So there are 5 teams left, and if you want to vote on who is gonna win the entire thing, who's gonna win the Mythic Championship in the grand final, you can type in chat now. If you see on the screen, there's numbers 1 to 5, and by typing the number, you can bet on them, and that'll show up on the screen here. So go ahead and vote.
And maybe we should talk a bit about the map bans real quick.
Oh yeah.
So first here we have our first match, which is gonna be you said it. Ujemne win ratio versus Quick Slick Trick, and Quick Slick Trick went for the map pick and is taking us to Dragonshire. First off, they did ban though. Let me see real quick here. Oh, we'll talk about that afterwards. We are going here in game number 1.
So left side we have, let's see, blue team.
Ujemne
win ratio, and they're gonna get the first map ban, or not map ban, hero ban here. There is one thing on Dragonshire here which we play a lot around with ourselves on this map, where if you get the first pick, then you obviously will not have the last pick, and last pick can also be super strong on this map because then you have the opportunity to essentially know their whole team, and you can just pick your solo laner, for instance, accordingly, which tends to be like the biggest sort of counter pick that you get. So
yeah, it's just winning, because if you win the way the map layout is, right, if you win the top lane, you basically have half the up-B, or at least you have objective control, which is super important. So one hero here can really make a difference. So I really like this smart to start off going into Dragonshire. We see Quick Slick Trick also sitting at a 75% win ratio on the map over 4 games, whereas Ujemne is sitting at 66 over 3. So
wow, that's pretty good.
Good stats for both teams.
Bans. So we have the Arrogant ban, not something you would usually see on Dragonshire. So my guess is that there is a player on Quick Slick Trick that has some sort of, maybe not one trick, but at least they're very strong on that hero. That it's worthy, a first ban, right?
Yeah, usually we see heroes on this map that are really good at skirmishing, like doing 3v3s, 4v4s, even 2v2s, right? Camp clear obviously is also really, really strong asset to have on your team, since it's really, at a high level, it's super hard getting beat Dragon Knight. So you more want to play around the map and then get the camps, pressure that way, and then if you're lucky, you can get the Dragonshire.
The Dragonshire, indeed.
Oh,
the Dragon Knight.
Dragon Knight.
Well, you get the Dragonshire as well. You get the entire map. You managed to win it. So, I mean, yeah. So yeah, Rexar ban as well. Obviously, really, really strong on this map, and also strong here in general. Been topping the win rates for I don't know however long. That has to be years
half
now
a
at
year
this
or
point.
something.
Yeah,
After
right.
he got buffed, right? The
Yeah,
minor
something like
rework.
the rework. Yeah. I mean, he was fairly high on the win rate at that point as well. And we also see DC ban, obviously strong hero, reliable engage, a lot favored in this meta right now. But Chromie picked up as a first pick as well. We did see a lot of Chromie in yesterday's tournament as well. People really, really value that pick, and of course, it's great zone control, for example, on the bottom shrine here.
Yeah, Chromie Junker at these really long range poke area control heroes are so strong. Point, and here we also see on the other side that Quick Slick Trick actually picks up the Rhaegar, which is the best support at doing exactly what I talked about before. That is a camp clear. He can take the easy camp super fast. He helps with the hard camp. Like, he provides so much map control through micro. And here we have Greymane on the other side, just mirroring that effect, right? So I like these drafts. Also good kill pressure with the Garrosh and a good respawn with the Johanna into that. What are your thoughts on that? Like the tank plays here?
Well, yeah, obviously Garrosh, excellent tank right now. You can just throw people over your head, set up some kill, get some follow-up CC. But then the Johanna is also a great response to that because you can pop your trait, you can get out, they're not able to CC you, and they're very much not likely to burst you fully down unless they go with the Graving Curse Bullet into the Karasim 7-sided sort of one-shot thing. But obviously they don't have that on the side for Quick Slick Trick. So also big wave clear, hugely important on this map. You need to get that mid wave fast. You need to pick up the camps. Maybe hard camp even is available here, both for Rhaegar and for Greymane. Both are excellent at doing these things. So good draft so far.
I really like the blue side here aiming for more of like a bunker composition where you just sit and have area control of the Johanna can peel super hard for the Chromie while she just like punches you down slowly. And on the other side we have this more, going for the quick slick trick,
going for the quick slick trick. I see why they chose
quick kills over here, right? And great Falstad on this map is a favorite of yours as well. Maybe you want to talk a bit about why that pick is so great on this map.
Well, we have this dude called Mene who essentially made these excellent builds, or at least start of the excellent builds, which is the Bird Box build. So you get excellent wave clear for the mid, you get bribe, and you can essentially sit mid, just clear the wave super fast with the boomerang talent. You can pick up those minion stacks, and then you can respond in both lanes. Let's say your top laner is struggling quite hard, right, to beat their solo laner. If it's, for instance, like a Rexar, right, then you can just fly up, kill off that person, and then you have a shrine there. Or you can fly bot and respond in your 4-man. So Global's excellent here, and of course Jane also just more wave clear,
And really good with the Garrosh, right, the burst damage you need after the setup. But this is interesting though, actually opting to go with Malphel on the off lane. Malphel is one of the best duelist and slash heroes on Dragonshire, but he is also very, very susceptible to ganks, which is something, as you just said, the enemy team has with the Falstad. So Malphel has to play a bit back here, or he might see himself get roasted by a flying chicken coming for him.
Flying chicken, that's a good way to put it. So we will see Dragonshire. Oh, there's something weird that happened. Okay, should be good soon. Somebody has joined the lobby. Okay, well, yeah, a little bit of hiccup, but we should be able to go into the game soon. Of course, the loading screen will have to happen, but the draft in itself is finished, so that should be good. So yeah, 2 great drafts here. I'm not entirely sure which one I favor the most. Let me just take a screenshot of this, just so I have it here. Sneakily fast about that. I'm not sure which one I like the more here. So for one, we have the Global, and we have the Rhaegar, right, on the side of Quick Slick Trick.
Yeah, so super macro oriented as well. Jaina is also super good at clearing out camps or taking camps really fast.
But the Rain and Malphel, that's the same thing. They both have really, really hard camp clear. I just wonder which team has the better kill pressure here.
Yeah, the thing is,
toss up.
I think like on the side of Ujemne, they go for this more evasive playstyle. Obviously they have the little show sitting there providing speed boost, but they don't really have a defensive tool to save one target if the Garrosh gets a throw on them. So we're probably going to see Quick Slick Trick play around, play a lot around clearing waves and then using the vision control that you get with that to set up some kills, because it's going to be very hard for the Garrosh to find some if they don't, at least.
Yeah. Only thing they can exploit is the fact that Lucio, will not necessarily be able, unless he has sound barrier up, of course, save the target that gets tossed away.
High five, dude.
High five! Oh my god, I would love to see a high five. I've seen it once so far, ever since they got the change. Obviously, a little bit like right after the initial change, but after that, after the sort of initial like everyone sort of like trying out the talent, then there's
just,
been one high five.
It's like high five is a mediocre ult, and then you just have sound barrier, which is such an insane ultimate in a 5v5 scenario.
Yeah.
Basically providing the entire shield with double health bar. For duration.
I mean, double health bar is pretty good, it's some would say. That's like, is it like 5 seconds, something like that? I would have
6 seconds, and then if you do the Bossa Nova on 20, it's gonna be 4 seconds, right? The King of 4 seconds, but going down to like half a minute cooldown.
Yeah.
So we see the poll here actually being up. And it seems like Ujemne has 57.1% of the votes already. So clearly a fan favorite here.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about these teams. I only know a couple of people that play for one of the teams, say for Team Slug. So which team I know is like have any background info on who is the best, I guess we will find that out in the tournament, because they're going to be playing a lot of games versus each other. So. But yeah, clear fan favorite so far. You can also do a betting on this specific match, by the way. If you type !bet space and then A or B, depending on if you want blue, you put A, and if you put B, you could vote for the red team, and then the amount of points you can do.
And if you're not certain how many points you have, you can just do ! points to see how many you have available.
Oh, the poll is closed now, apparently. It's no longer accept, but they will be open for
next game at least.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm looking forward to this. This seems like it's gonna be, if the two teams can, obviously they can perform on the high level, right? Because this is the highest amateur league. It's gonna be so interesting. Macro plays, like the small things that are going to come out here, which is just going to make such a huge difference the longer the game goes on. So I'm super excited for this. Really like this focus into the macro.
So, I guess we could talk
back
a little
bit. Draft.
Yeah. I'm just going to roll through it again, because to happen, I guess. We can talk a little bit about Division S, I suppose. Or are we going to go through the draft again?
Sure, you can, 100%.
Yeah, okay, so if you want to participate in Division S, which is even one league above Division 1, and generally has a lot of like extremely good players in it, and people who used to participate in SGC, you have a lot of famous names there. The qualifier signups are now open, so if you want to sign up, and have your go at trying to get into Division S, then this is the opportunity.
100%. And also, just to clarify, I see Karis here on the chat is writing, to clarify, the betting is just for points, no money involved, obviously. It's just for fun here.
Absolutely.
So no gambling here. But I want to talk a bit about the map bans, because I think it says some, I mean, it is probably going to say something about the preference for the two teams, right? So if we can, I think if we pull up the map bans,
we have them here.
Skillgrunt, which is the captain of Quick's Electric Band, Cursed Hollow, and Garden of Terror, so two very, very big maps, focused a lot on macro aspect. It is funny though, they even pick the Dragon Child, but obviously they probably do it to get that last pick Power Spike, right, countering the opponent's offlane.
Yeah.
Head start in there. Also, Dragon Child doesn't, like, it is a big map, right? But rotations are more locked in general in lanes, unless you have a global.
Yeah.
So it is.
I'm just wondering, like, the band with the Cursed Hill, the band with the Garden of Terror, both macro maps, right? And they know that, very likely at least, the enemy team has a Greymane player, they have a Malthael player. Could that be a reason for those two map bans, that they don't want to play, like, of course they have Falstad, they have Rhaegar, but they not want to play that, like, super duper macro game, it seems.
100%. I mean, obviously, Garden of Terror is you win by taking camps, right? It's
Yeah.
It's also a reason why every team kind of bans it or doesn't play it, because it's just so focused on the camp clear and lane pressure that way. So that is a really good point you're making, Larry. Maybe we should look. I'm just going to look at the win ratio on the side of Ujemne and the Malthel player.
Oh yeah, we can teams, obviously.
Here they go. So yeah, Malthel is sitting at a 75% win rate of games, so they do, and a lot of bans versus them as well, and by them on the hero. So they really think it's a strong hero, right? Obviously. Let's see if he can make it work here, Stojo.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Should be good to go into the game in any second.
And here we are.
Yeah, here we are in the game. Game 1 in the match of the day. We'll have to zoom up for the camera. And on the left side, for team Ujemne win ratio, who has a little bit of a difficult name to pronounce, we have Stojo, one of the two, depending on where he's from, on the Malthel, Robo on the Greymane, Diller on the Lucio, Blockersag on the Chromie, and the Will Q playing Johanna.
And on the right side in red, playing for Quick Slick Trick, we have Garrosh played by Skillgron, Jaina by Mariek. We have Yunus on Falstad, Rega being played by Viraka, and Keshna on Fro.
So yeah, we already see a lot of poke going on onto the towers. Of course, Chromie, excellent hero at sort of hitting the structures from afar away. The little gnome has superior range to pretty much any hero in the game here. So, and also really strong rotations you can see from for Ujemne win ratio here already.
Yeah, so they actually normally use Dragonshire you up to go for like 1-1-3 split, and that is what the red team has done as well, like placing the full step in the mid lane and then having one hero on top, and basically the 3-man static in the bot lane, rotating mid sometimes, right? But Ujemne just have so much wave clear that they can easily just pull a 4-man rotation mid bot off, and they have really good push control as well. That's the thing, right? Because that's what this Johanna gives as well. It gives the scouting capability with the blind, obviously, to check bushes if the Garrosh sits there, because this triangle bush is also known as like the bush of death, because if the enemy team has a tank with CC, and especially like I think Garrosh is the best example of this, right? He just sits there, he can throw you into tower range, he can then stun you. Like you're basically dead if you get caught there by the enemy tank. But they do a lot. We actually see the Enderhole anomaly coming out from Chromie as well. So she can place 3 time traps instead of 1. I really like his talent on this map as well. It's just, it gives you wards right in the triangle bush. So Johanna can just rotate super safely because she has the vision that Chromie provides. So very, very nice pick up there.
Mm-hmm. We also see like a super hard focus on camps for both teams.
Yeah, look at hard camp.
Yeah, I'm looking at the hard camp, right? Lucio is trying to invade this camp of Greymane as well, and Johanna's going to come help. Will they be able to pick up the camp? They sneak the camp away. Falstad also trying to fly and get that last minute in, but
even forcing out the global, and that's a big deal.
That's huge. That's double hard camp in the top lane. This is a really, really strong early game.
Great play, man. And this is what Vision does, Ryan. This is the vision control that we were talking about. Just letting them do these kind of plays. They know that the enemies aren't in the bush. They're not in their camp because that's already taken. So they can only be on like the hard camp or sitting behind walls or doing their own. Oh, 1v1. Chromie, hello.
Wow, that's excellent play from the Chromie. They're taking out Garrosh single-handedly. 1v1 top lane though. Huge place here. 3-man gonna push in with the hard camp. Gets an entire wall. The wall would also be excellent to get here, obviously. But doesn't seem like that's gonna fall down. The mage battle in the bot lane, look at that.
And this is actually a split, like the one... Now that we're going into like a 1-3-1 split, right? With rotations also as well, obviously. Oh, this Chromie, you're just going beast mode, taking down hero after hero. Actually securing the blue team at Dragon Knight.
Yeah, Roche doing sneaky stuff here, basically going outside of the gate, trying to bait the Dragon Knight, and the Dragon Knight attempting to kick him, and then scooting just inside of the little bit of the wall there, so he actually gets a little bit stuck and, get a little bit extra damage on it. Sneaky place here.
But man, and now we see also the Greymane pushing power right on the lane. It's just, this wall is gonna fall in 10 seconds or something like that. Super, super fast. Just both Greymane and Chrome is sieging on the wall.
No fountains yet, though. Actually, I think the DK... Did the DK get the top fountain? It might have been the player,
No, that's the
actually.
camp. That's the camp vein there. Got like that also automatically. If there is no minion wave, it aggroes the fountain.
Yeah.
As well.
There is a second fountain being taken, Harris. Well, that is huge early game, of course. They're very Chromie time trapping yourself here. Will get tossed. Lucio gets tossed instead. Will they be able to get out? The time loot coming in, trying to kill off the Garrosh, and he goes down.
Excellent support play here coming out from Dilla, like just knowing that Chromie is gonna get tossed, right? So he steps up, take the throw himself, and then he's able to skate out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really dominant play from the side of Ujemne right now on this map. Excellent Dragonshy play.
Absolutely. Do we have any interesting builds there? We have Bird Box for Falstad, the traditional Q build for Jaina. Garrosh also seems super standard. He doesn't really have a lot of different talents. Thrall builds, also a general solo lane build. Generally, standard player. Of course, the only different talents we have here is for the Chromie, it seems. Although a very aggro build from Lucio. Look at that. Accelerando, Supersonic, and reverse it.
Yeah, 100%. He just want to skate around invade, doing these very aggro things that he has been doing all game. I really like this Malthael though, opting, normally you would go on a Pale Horse in level 1 to secure these faster rotations, but he aims to go into the Fear of the Reaper, which makes it so you have 25 movement speed and unit passing on demand for 4 seconds, which is really, really strong if you're afraid of getting ganked, right? And as we just said, they have a Falstad on the other side, right? So I like this more defensive playstyle here coming out from him. Obviously, die alone. Then he goes into a Touch of Death, which is very, very strong if you plan on bursting down, not bursting down, but taking down a target, and you play into a healer with very, very high cooldown, but very, very high healing abilities as well, and that is exactly what Rhaegar has on 10, right? That ancestral healing, just healing a ton. But if Malthael gets the Touch of Death off in time, it's actually going to reduce that by half, so a lot of tech option here, but I like this. I really like this build.
They've done a lot of blow up here for Ujemne. We have the time loop, of course, as we see earlier, gets down level 10, but Curse Bullet and the Malthael loop, so you essentially take them down to, what is it, take 40% off of their health, and then you have the take 33% off of your health if they're low enough, you know, like half the...
Oh, Chromie getting caught here, though. And that is huge. That is super huge from the red team. First getting their own siege camp, and now they actually take down probably the hero that's best at defending from the side of the Ujemne. So maybe we could opt to see some siege going on here. Are they gonna leave the camp and go for the DK instead?
Ooh,
can they get it, though?
Yeah, they're gonna be able to
I don't think so. Yeah, because Lucio, as you said, Accelerando, baby.
He's a fast boy.
He is a very, very fast boy. And on the bot lane, we see obviously the Falstad just doing Falstad things, right? Basically off-laning.
Yeah, clearing out the lanes, trying to regain a little bit of vision control. Yeah, get the stacks, obviously. Mythic, of course, been picked up. I don't think I've ever seen any Hinterland lately for any team, so...
Maybe in Division 7.
Jaina's holding her ult. What is this? This is some sneaky. They have the Earthquakes. They could go for like a Ring of Frost, I guess. But it's really interesting. I think I would rather see the Elemental here, though, especially... Yeah, I think I would like Elemental. 100%. I guess they could push people into a corner, though, with the Falstad Gust.
I mean, if they opt for a very late game play as well, right? If they are opting to go for that, you know, just stall the game. I know this is... Oh, Jaina getting caught mid, though.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, it's not a viable strat, right? Drafting for 20, but if they want to do so, they could go with the Wind Tunnel into the ring, which is 100% gonna connect. But they need to survive until 20, and at this stage of the game, like Blue just have insane map control. Jesus Christ, it's Chromie, man.
Did you see that?
I actually did.
The auto attacks from Chromie followed him in the flight. Now, so he has 29 HP when that last Chromie AA hit. That was.
Oh, that such a feels bad.
Almost getting away. He tried gusting away the enemy. Actually, sorry, go on.
Malthael getting caught here in the top, but the sound barrier is out in time, and we see just the red team disengaging here. So, good trade of cooldowns from the side of the red team. forcing out the sound barrier. Another thing I want to highlight, though, obviously I'm a solo lane player as well. Maybe after this fight, though.
Well, Malthael being tossed into the middle of the fight, Earthquake coming out, and the Water Element will finally pick up Ujemne being used. Malthael getting barely out of the fight. 50 HP survives. Rhaegar being taken out by the Chrome. Once again, this Chrome is just destroying these enemies, but she does get caught fairly hard there. Gust is up right now. They could go for some kills. Are they going to spend it? No, they opt not to. It is a 1-for-1 kill here, though, which should be in the favor, or is in the favor of Quicksilver Trick, because obviously they're a level below, so they will get more EXP per kill.
100%. Oh, the Lucio, just but that cooldown reduction on 4, Ryan. He's supersonic, just getting the trade on super low cooldown. And this is also another thing, Ryan. Obviously, Malthael into Garage is a really, really strong thing. Greymane as well, so both assassins kind of their ultimates at least ignore armor, which is what makes Garage so tanky. When he drops low, he gets insane amount of armor, so percentage damage is really, really strong against him. And obviously, like the lower Garage falls, more armor he gets, but that's also where the last rites starts to be able to become deadlier on him. I just wanted to say that the Touch of Death as well is really, really strong into Thrall, obviously, because Thrall's self-sustain relies on him proccing his trade or getting the, what's it called, Ancestral Wrath on, so also really good tech pickup into that. We do see
that false stat, by the way. He survived with around 100 HP, but I saw the Greymane auto-attack animation. It sort of like started, then it got cancelled, so it was like quarter of a second more than he would have died, likely.
I would really love to see the red team just pressure out the top lane now. I mean, they need to get map control somewhere right now, and a rotation towards bot lane would take them too long, and this is exactly also what they're going to do here. We have the Falstad factor in play as well. He can clear up the bot lane for free, unless the blue team chooses to pressure him.
Rhaegar's trying to back the stun coming out from the Lucio, trying to bully around. Of course, Thrall is very dead here. That's going to be another stack for the Malthael ulti. Rhaegar also. That's 2 kills for Team Ujemne win ratio. Falstad robbing another camp, and Jaina trying to sneak the bottom lane before it's... she's standing on top of the trap. Do you see that? In the bot lane? Oh my god, she moved off of it. Oh, Croby!
She made a new one because the old one is still there as well, right?
Yeah, okay. Oh, that would have been amazing. Nicking their camp as well.
This Falstad is what's keeping them in the game right now. I feel like the map push is just, as we talked about in the draft as well, right? Just macro being such an important part of high-level Heroes of the Storm, and especially on a map like Dragonshire. Just getting every camp, pressuring at the right times as well. It's not just picking up the camps, it's also picking up the camps at the right times. This Falstad just, I mean, he can deny it when it gets to the gate, right? But that also makes it so it's going to be like a 5v4 in the lanes, because Falstad is always on cleaning duty, which is now also resulting in a Dragon Knight good team.
Yeah, excellent play for them. Of course, they got the 2 kills, and they can try and delay for Quicksilver Trick. Can try and delay by capping the shrines, but eventually, this DK with superior map pressure and the vision, it will go over to the Ujemne win ratio, and they're hammering away at the bot here. Chromie getting 18, unlocking Pierce.
Yeah, and this is really the power spike for Chromie. Her level 18 is, I mean, if you thought she had high damage, or before that, so there's a team fight coming out and tank, like, just getting trading blows on both sides. Excellent counter coup, but Chromie Pierce takes out the Jaina. Oh my god, this is a dead Garage as well, 100%. Yeah, there we see the last race. And this is what I'm talking about, the Touch of Death right into the Ancestral. It's just such a pickup. We see exactly here why, and this is probably gonna result in at least the keep here. They might be going for more, since they do have the Greymane and the Chromie. They could start shooting down for more, at least getting some hit points off. Or they're gonna decide on going for more map pressure. They are opting for the latter, which is smart here, right? Obviously, because you're not gonna take the core down in like multiple goes. It's like when you get that final DK, you're just gonna go straight for the core. And in order to get that DK, you have to set up the map, which is exactly what the blue team is doing right now.
I wonder if mid wall would have been worth it here. They probably had like 10-12 seconds where they probably could have just taken down the mid wall, making it more difficult for Quicksilver Trick to retreat into the safe zones before going for the camps, because I don't know how like likely they are to just beeline for their camps and invade them to try and make some play. They could have done that, I guess, but
they're just so pressured on the vision right here, right? So they need to kind of, or they don't need to, but in order to have any idea where the opponent is, like this is what I'm saying, right? In mid here, we see the Thrall going down. I think no, or he pops the train. Excellent play by the Thrall, nice defense, but it forces out the earthquake here. But also multiple ultimates being used on the side of the blue team.
Yeah, they popped Curse Bullet. I think they popped Let's Shield. I'm not sure if that was on the Thrall, but they did pop the Mouth Devil there.
Yeah.
Waste level 20s though coming in. They need to retreat. We have the Storm Shield actually from
But
Japan.
retreating into a lull shield. It's going to be very, very hard here. We see him coming in, just boosting the entire speed into the fray. And this is going to be double kill for the side of the Ujemne win ratio, which will result in probably a core attempt here.
Yeah, they're not going to go for the Dragon Knight here. There's no needs. They have the
Why
Greymane,
would you?
they have the full team. They have the Lucio, amazing heal. There's the sound barrier to try and make himself live for going really hard in. Does catch the... Yeah, I was about to say, you could retreat into the zone there to be completely fine. Malthael hammering away at the... Well, they're struggling to end here. Malthael actually goes down. The Blessed Shield though coming in on full stack, typing them out. Jaina low. Nice ice block. That was excellent. Yeah, this is core.
This is 100% game, and excellent play from the team in blue.
Yeah,
I mean, the red team did really good to respond, right? But it's just this draft. It's I mean, that hard camp was so devastating, for them, right? Losing that first hard camp, losing the sustain in the top lane, actually losing a lot of map pressure as well. Just excellent play by Lucio here. I cannot compliment Diller enough on his Lucio scouting out, really using the heroes like Kit to its full potential instead of just sitting as a heal bot in lane. So
yeah,
I like this.
That was an excellent game. Of course, very, 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 very strong performance here from Ujemne win ratio. 16 to 5 kills. Excellent play. Chromie though, I really feel like Chromie just hammered away at the other heroes here, just getting them over and just solo defending the bot lane for a large portion of the game. 1 versus 1 in Jaina, picking them off. Just really well played
also
here.
1 versus 1 in the Garrett, like everyone. It's like you had to send more heroes down to deal with the Chromie. That seems so weird, right? But
yeah,
that was amazing. Amazing plays, like from all the players on the blue team. I really think they performed at A level here. Also, obviously, some good disengages from the red side, but they were just never. I mean, once you're behind so hard on the, and you have this automatic macro pressure from the minion waves since you're down a fort, it's so hard regaining map control and set up kills because of it, right? It's just the blue team had the entire map, or like after the first 5 minutes, they had the map, and they could set up what they want, where they wanted. So I just think, in terms of team fights, it was pretty even, but just the pure macro element of it, I cannot state enough.
If you want to bet again now, it should be open. Bet A for team Ujemne and bet B for team Quick Slick Trick for who's going to win the next match. I have to say that Ujemne was the fan favorite also to win the entire tournament. Here we see some of the stats for this player here. Blocker Sag on the Chromie, 65%. Pretty strong player on that hero. Of course, props to the rest of the team as well. Stoyo having some great ults there, picking off the targets, having great macro pressure with Greymane as well, jumping on the targets who are out of position. Lucio as well, running around trying to catch people with the what's it called? The reverse.
I don't know what the trait is called, like the active part of the trait.
Like hop off, jump off, something.
And also just the vision control of it, Johanna.
So yeah. We have a next map, by the way. We will be playing Volskaya Industries. This is a map which, of course, it has macro aspects on it, but the team fight, the 5-on-5, they're just perfectly inevitable here for the most part, unless you do some really sneaky, like Lost Vikings delay strat or something like that.
Yeah, 100%. But this is kind of a whole different playstyle, right? So I understand why we're going here. 2 seconds. I just have some tech problems, it seems, to sort out. Okay, back to it. Volskaya. Great map, like totally different playstyle, and I think this favors probably. I don't know what team this favors actually, because I think the team fighting coordination on both sides were really, really great. So I'm looking forward to see how you're gonna play this map.
Chromie, of course, is a great pick on this map. Just excellent zone control. You can go for the slowing sands ultimate and just basically cover the whole sort of zone. So I assume we're gonna see a ban on the Chromie, but there are a lot of other strong picks on this map. One that really strikes me is, are we gonna see the Junkrat really, really hard in the meta right now? With that trap builds, you get 2 traps at level 13, and you get the silence on the trap, and then you get the trap talent on this at level 4, where it sort of like chases you around. That combination of just abilities, just insane lockdown, and you're forced to go into it because of the map. Like, you can't just ignore it unless you have some sort of summon hero like Asmodon. It's the first one that thought in my head. Not likely to see Asmodon, but never know, I guess.
I'm also looking forward to see. It's probably going to be like another. Maybe they are opting to go into the same kind of bunker strategy here from the side of the blue team, just sitting around that really, really tanky front line with the Johanna. But then instead of going Malthel, they could aim into something like a Blaze or Urel. This is a way we really like playing on that as well. Obviously, it takes a lot of practice and it's a very specific playstyle, but I think it's just so good. Like, having this point control. We might see the Garrosh getting picked up again. Also, excellent pick here. If you can get control of the what's it called? Not objective. The area, right? Yeah. Of the point, obviously. If you can get control and you have a Garrosh on your team, you can basically just put him towards your side of the map, and then wait for people to come over to you, and you can throw them in tower range, right? Chromie pick is 100%. Coming out here, right? I would expect like amazing, first of all, amazing drafting here, and also just amazing plays. Yeah, there it is. First man Chromie.
Yeah, that is to be expected, obviously. And there's the Kerrigan ban as well, coming out immediately after. I thought to mention that once we start in the draft, you should be able to bet on which hero should win. So, again, bet A, or exclamation point bet B, or bet A, depending on which team you want. A for Ujemne win ratio, and B for quick slick trick, and then the amount of points after. So you have exclamation point bet, space, the A or B, and then space, the amount of points you're willing to bet. And of course, not real money. Of course, I thought to mention that again. Johanna ban also coming out here, and a Li Ming ban.
Yeah, and yeah, it is a target ban. They have 10, like the side of quick slick trick has 10 games on Li Ming with a 70% win rate. So 7 out of the 10 games they have won with him. So it is a hero, and also like they like it running it with, like, obviously with blow up stuff like BTC, right? So I really like the Li Ming ban coming out here. Sylvanas and Rhaegar pick.
Oh, I love this. Sylvanas, my favorite hero, coming out here for Ujemne win ratio. This is gonna be a favorite. Of course, depending on the build, I might, be a little bit, I don't know. I play a lot of different builds than other people play on the Sylvanas, but I do love the pick. And also you get Merquin on this map, likely at least. I'm not sure entirely what they are planning to pick. They might go for other towns, but I think we're likely to see Merquin here.
So yeah, Merquin actually boosting your turrets when you pick them up, making it so they deal 60% more damage, which is a huge part in controlling the points, right? And you can also disable the enemy turrets at the same time.
That's the big one, isn't it? Yeah. Better turret for us, no turret for them. Super strong.
We see the Malfurion pick coming out here. It was banned in the last series. I really like this. I mean, obviously Malfurion are kind of kings of supports right now, at least in high division.
Yeah, I think he did get a buff last patch, didn't he?
Yeah,
so just in general, he's not been valued that much by the general population, but for high level play, he's always been strong, like no doubt with Tyrande, with a lot of the other heroes. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, sorry, before Tyrande got reworked and Malfurion had Ice Block as well, he was just first pick material for like a year or something. That's a long time ago. And then he fell off a bit in the meta and Tyrande started to rise, right? But now that she got nerfed as well, like Cleanse getting moved from 7 to 16, obviously Blizzard realizing that having a double cleanses on 7 with a 15-second cooldown was probably a bit too strong. So she's not that favorite anymore unless you like pick her for some of the other aspects of her kit, right? Like the stun, obviously, the blow up with the mark on her trait. We see a heavy engaged team now coming in from the side of Ujemne. So you want to talk about that a bit, maybe?
Well, we do have a Hanzo, we do have a Malfurion for quick select tricks, so some sort of like really hard engage here will be really, really nice, and Maiev and Anubarak will be their response to that. Anub has been a little bit less prioritized lately. He got nerfed like 3, maybe 4 times. The Cocoon got a lot of changes to the cooldown increased, etc, etc, etc. But some teams still really like him, and he can be a really good situational pick, especially with the Maiev. Just pull him in, and I don't know, depending on what we see for the last pick here, we could... it's going to be an off-tank, isn't it? I don't think we're going to see another range.
We could see a Chen coming in here. I was just about to say, Kira could be really nice as well here. It could be super spicy, just aiming that all in. I really like this draft. But on the other side, this Blaze pickup, I just cannot state how good that is for the offlane here. First of all, you have really tanky frontline, right? Which kind of helps out the ETC weakness, obviously. Great stain on the point. You have Cocoon Burn with your Ignited Oil, you have Area Control, and then when Maiev goes in, if she goes for the Cage, you can pop the Bonger and kind of counter-engage with it. So I really, really like this Blaze pickup. I think it's 100% what they needed. Also, obviously, good follow-up stun on ETC, good follow-up stun on Hanzo Arrow as well. So I think this is like both the teams have a really go and kill something, right? Kind of comp, and I think it's like who pulls the trigger first and most accurate that's going to decide who wins this game. I really like the draft from both teams.
We do have, I wouldn't call it a defensive team for quick select trick here, right? Because they do have the bunker, of course, and they have some sort of cleanse of Furin very likely against the engage, and they're probably going to have Kaltas defensive towns. They're going to have all sorts of stuff, but like the sort of like wombo combo potential I have here, we can send ETC slide in, a Kaltas follow up with a stun. You can see a Malfruit coming up, a Hanzo. There's a lot of CCC here. And of course, you know, with the Kaltas damage, big AoE, and Rhaegar might struggle into this, but he does have the cleanse, so I can see it.
And it's also like the blue team have to. It's not really the playstyle to have the sustain healer, right? So I think like they have the Rhaegar just to go in, go really, really hard, find a pick, find 2 picks maybe, use the cleanse, use the ancestral, then get out, get basic cooldowns back. But maybe I want to introduce the boys in blue again.
Yes, the boys in blue. We have Robo on the Sylvanas, a blocker side, not on the Chromie this time, but instead going on the Kira, Stojo on the Maiev, Diller on the Rhaegar, and the Will Q on Anubarak.
And on the right side, in red, we have Skillgrunt playing ETC this time. Yunus finding himself on Kel'Thas, Hanzo being played by Marianne, Keshnar playing Blaze, and Viraka on the Malfurion. And we already see the, like, a lot of globe quests picked up here from the team in red. We like, Mana Shield is really good. We have more sustain with the Prop Grog, and also obviously new habits, making Blaze unstoppable into such a heavy low-up team that the blue team has is... really great. So this is just going to be like globe farming most of all for them.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that many globe towns on one team. We have 3. Is there another hero with another globe town on 1? Don't think I can think of one. Anubarak, of course, could go globe, but obviously
but in the role
see that normally.
Double mage, pick the Jaina.
So yeah, gonna be really focused on the rotations here. Of course, the turrets, huge priority for both teams here. If they trick a little bit faster on rotation, try to take it pretty much at 1 minute, so that there is a thing where you pick up the turrets already at this point, and then maybe at the middle of the objective, if you manage to win the first team fight and the enemy backs up, you can just go back to the turret, pick it up again, keep going. I mean, double turret, it's excellent.
Yeah, and I think that's also why we see like there are a lot of different Maiev builds, obviously, you can run, and here we see the nicest Memento being taken. Just makes her so great and efficient at clearing out camps on her own. enabling Sylvanas to stay more in lane, or just in general, just clearing up space for your team to work in, right? So great tech pickup here.
And we do see a healing camp here being sneakily taken, something that we didn't really prioritize in our match. At least they sort of snuck it away from us. ETC almost going on the point in time. Stun coming out, the camp still not taken. Anub gets it, and ETC goes down in the process. Kira spinning around on that is at the Blaze. That is the Blaze, and Blaze goes also down. 2 kills. Big EXP leads off of those kills. Gonna immediately go for a soak, gonna go for a pleb camp likely. And, you know, it's a strong early game again for the win ratio.
Yeah, I feel like if Quickslick Trick has to do something here in the early game, they really need to connect that ETC stun onto targets. Obviously, a lot of their tools come online with the 10s. I would say that the ultimate choice from the red team are stronger overall. It's like just a bigger power spike in general for them than it is for the blue team, especially in this style of play that they are opting for, right? Like just getting that bunker is going to be so detrimental to surviving this insane burst coming out from the blue team. And here we see in top lane what you were talking about as well, with the Sylvanas.
Oh, Merc Queen. Oh yes, please. Destroy this lane, destroy it, Sylvanas. Super strong turrets, and it's a really good placement from as well, so also disabling the other team's, I call it the pleb camp. I think that was Aviator who made me start calling it that, but it's actually called the siege camp, so maybe let's stick with that so people have an idea of what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, getting some good damage on the wall there already. About halfway of the entire gate. Super strong. Could be like really important later if they can take out the well.
And I like this rotation from the blue team, right? Getting some of the up-G, then realizing they're gonna hit 7 sooner than the red, so they just give up the point. Like, that's the thing, right? You don't have to control the objective all the time. You can retreat from it, get a lead somewhere in the map, and then come back to it since it's over such a long time, right? Yeah. And here we see the camp spawning, and just as you said, right, in the middle of the up-G, it's gonna spawn out if you take it in time. So there is the possibility of double turret here from Sylvanas. We see a good engage here from the ETC coming in, but it's gonna be the Hanzo that falls instead with the Kira dot ticking in and then using that W to confirm the kill.
Yeah, and here we see exactly what I was talking about. They got a kill, the objective is in their favor, so, you know, just yoink that camp, and it happens for both teams. That's the power of really focusing on these camps that are super important.
Yeah.
Are they gonna give? I think they might have to, yeah. First objective goes over to Ujemne win ratio. Really well played by them.
We see some tech pickups here from the side of Quickslick Trick as well. Obviously, the Malfurion opting for the Strangling Vines, so there's like reduced healing on the roots, which is really strong into the Rhaegar. Like we just talked about it in the last game, right? It's basically the same as getting the Malfurion healing reduction. Just get it on the root. So if you connect the CC chain, the target is probably gonna die. You cannot save it with the Ancestral. And we see also on the Blaze for Meltdown coming in, which is a very rarely seen talent on level 4, but really, really good into situations like this where if the enemy team hard engages, you just pressure trade and you make them deal 35% less damage basically. If they're melee, right? If you're in range and they are all melee and all dive. So I like this talent pick up here. On the other side, we have actually a Nerubian armor build coming in from the Anub. So providing a little more sustain, not opting to go for extra E talents.
So one interesting thing here is that for Sylvanas, I will give a little bit of credit here because I generally play with the whole like the E build or the EW build where you sort of go in and stack. Actually, I will hold that thought for a moment because we see a Mive coming out there, not going cage, but instead going for the containment disc, trying to pick up one target. It's very clear that they're really, really going for that single target blow up, and that was what I was contained to Sylvanas, where I think we're not going to see Remorseless and we're not going to see Winner. I think we're going to see the armor reduction on the W of 13 here. Just 25% less armor on like this really, really blow up comp. I'm really confident that we're going to see that instead of any other talent here. Popping a turret here, actually, trying to get some keep damage as well.
Yeah, and they can just do this, Ujemne, right? They have the 10s, they know they can pressure. Getting half a wall here, really, really nice play. Stealing the siege camp away from the red team as well. And probably opting to go directly for support camp here. And Uberak, great anchoring here, we see from him. So that is just clearing out. But Kira is showing on the map, or was showing, so this might enable... Nah, it's too late. If they could have found like a super fast engage, This could have worked, and here we just see the containment disc coming out again, doing Lord's work here. Katie gets a but a great Hunter stunning the entire front line of the Ujemne, and great mosh pit coming out there, but we counter engage with Sylvanas, so Blaze is stepping inside the bunker, getting out, connecting a stun, but he is going to be the one to fall. Maiev was so very low on the side of the blue team though. Really good. Oh, and Uberek, big balls here going in. They have the turrets, they have the Sylvanas, they have beetles, so they can do these tower dives. I really like this play actually from the Uberek. If you find someone with an E here, it is that target. So understanding your team's kit right and knowing that you can dive whenever you want. Great, excellent play by both teams here. But we see Ujemne coming out with the lead here in kills after all.
Yeah, that's a really interesting play there. Just basically diving it with close to no health.
Also the Kira.
Interesting stuff. It's in a 3v1. Might be able to sustain quite a while. Team is not rotating either. She's just playing a little bit around with them. Not really being able to pick her off, and results in them getting mid fort. I want to see 13. Also, is holding it. She's teasing.
Are they gonna containment disc on top? I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
Here goes the containment on the front line. I like this play.
I was right. It's the cold embrace. I knew it. It's gonna be a single target blow up. So yeah, they have double cocoon here, sort of. I mean, of course you don't call the containment disc cocoon, but double taking one person out of the fight. So it's a 3v5 for like quite a while. This is a really interesting comp. I haven't seen this like double sort of style.
Double cocoon, basically. That's what we can call it, right?
I'm gonna call it that. Yeah, it's a good name for it.
And to some, like this Maiev is...
Look bot.
Oh.
Oh, you see that? He stunned him out of the blaze stun, like the Anu just barrel charged in to stop the blaze stun. Sorry, continue with what you were gonna say.
Sorry, I was just saying I really like this pick out on the containment disc of Maiev. We see a big team fight coming out on top. Red team disengaging with the Hanzo arrow after getting hit by the big hero ulti, apparently it must have been, right? I was about to say that the containment disc is a very, like the higher level you play in and the more coordination you have, the better the talent gets. And I would say that, I mean, in many situations where people, like at high level, they're not going to clump up, right? So you're probably going to get just as much value out of the containment disc, especially if you run a style like this and the opponent counter drafted with the Blaze, with the counter played with the containment disc. Really great pick up there by Maiev.
Well, big team fight coming out on the camp here. They actually get the camp, and Cestro coming in on the Maiev, and the Blaze goes down to the Sylvanas. Oh, that was a long lunge from the Rhaegar there in the Wolf, giving him a big bite, but of course not taking him out. He could have flown over the wall there easily, I think. The speed is a little bit closer. A noob going in, getting a stun off, but being immediately silenced by the... Oh, a mosh pit coming in on 2 targets. Oh, Sylvanas though has the arrow ready. It's not caught in the mosh pit. Great positioning there, allowing them to come out of that. Maya, or not Maya, what's her name? Kira, getting a pick off. Very jumps in on the KT again. Gets stunned off though, but I think they should be fine. My Blaze bunker coming out. Sylvanas, look at this camp in the backline. The can't even get through. It's struggling. Look at it. It can't get through. There's too many camps. Oh,
Kira going for a big play here, trying to snipe the KT. Yeah, another. Excellent. I mean, I cannot express how well this is played from the side of the Ujemne as well. And I mean, it's just... They know that draft, they know what they want to do, and they execute it to near perfection, right? On the side of, as a micro level as well, so excellent play here.
Yeah, I mean... Ujemne really showing why they are deserving of being the fan favorites here. So people who voted for them might have a point there. Of course, there's a lot of teams that they'll have to get through. But this is not entirely over yet. They have the 16, it's strong, but a play like this could essentially get... Nice pick off. That's what they needed.
No respect though, yeah, but I feel like that was more actually than anything else. Obviously, I don't know if she had vision on the ETC there. Coming, probably not, right? But great pick here. Yeah, and this is really what the red team needs to do. Finding these pickups with the anti-healing and the stun chain coming out. Not even having to use any ults, but I think like just this Sylvanas pick up as well. The silence, as you said, is so strong here. You can, if you engage on a frontline target, you can silence the backline, so you won't be. The Sylvanas, unstoppable, dodging out on multiple stunts and even a Hunter heroic as well.
Wow.
Where was I? Yeah, the Sylvanas ult. You can go kill the frontline, right? Silence the backline, so they cannot support. You can kill the backline, silence the front. It's just so many possibilities. You can really toy around with it.
Yeah, that was excellent. A mosh pit coming out on 2 targets. Do they have the interrupt on the protector? It doesn't seem like it. ETC being very low though. Sylvanos says gets the ancestral. Well played. Well, Fury also now. Come on.
I don't know who was the driver of the close snipe, Kira. The driver of the protector as well. If you saw that, I don't know if you saw it. Actually stepped up and used shield to save the the E that provides armor to the protector also provides your teammate with a shield. Probably saving the lives of at least Sylvanas in that mosh pit. So great little small plays like that, right? Holding your shield for when it's needed just makes such a huge difference on high level play like this.
Yeah. Another keep. She's probably gonna be taken down. Sylvanas, I'm not sure if she has her trait up, but it is very likely. Of course, you might not even need the trait. You have Unloom for the Beatles. You'll be able to take out the keep number 2. It's looking grim here, but they have one more chance at that 16th tier. They probably just need to do what they did earlier and find that one pick. But, I mean, Ujemne, I don't think they're going to let them get away with that easily.
100% of this XP lead is just enormous. At 3 levels of late game on such a high level of play it just comes to show how dominant the team in blue has been playing this match as well.
Yeah. Of course. Nothing's over yet in Heroes of the Storm. It is the best game for combat mechanics I've heard, so could be a chance. We could see, could see a couple of kills. We could see a protector
16
being picked
into
off.
19 fight maybe, something like that.
If they can get the protector late game, it does heaps of damage. It's really, really possible to just go through mid or go through bot, depending on which lane. I guess it will be the bot if they pick the protector. Go keep. Maybe they get a couple of kills on keep. And then, I mean, you can just end the game.
But Ujemne is just controlling the map in such a great fashion. Always having... I mean, look at the lanes how pushed out that they are. Red team always have to respond here, or they're going to take first core damage and also, obviously losing vision, which is huge. And if the blue team can just... I mean, they can just skip the support camp, right? And hit the 20 spike. Then get the objective on button and win the game. Close it out that way. So...
Well, they're trapping it right now. I think they would like to go for it, because Ujemne...
Yeah, Red has to force here, Ryan.
Yeah.
They have to force something. I think just Ujemne just give this item, honestly.
They don't want to, looks like they're toying a little bit around the edges.
Or Kira could find a great flank here, maybe. See the area of Hexton going in. Actually cancelling the Malfurion ultimate as well. Great Ancestral coming out on the Anubia. Items dropped as well. ETC connecting on the... Can they kill the Maiev, the red team? No, I don't think so. Kel'Thas going down here. Great Kiro taking out both Kel'Thas and the Malfurion. This should
reset.
Jesus Christ.
She has the reset of the ult there as well. She got 3 ults off in that game. 3 catapults in the bot lane. The shield is being taken out without even any heroes hitting it. This will be 2-0 for Team Ujemne. Win ratio. Well played by them.
100%. Amazing play coming out here from the side of blue team, looking very, very strong, and it's pretty clear, as you said, why they are fan favorite to win the Mythic Cup.
Yeah. So I guess there were no tricks left in the book, as somebody points out in the chat. Quick Select Trick needed a real trick to get ahead in this game, and they didn't allow them. Yeah, I mean.
Indeed not.
That was the first match in the lower bracket. Maybe we should have a look at the brackets now to see which teams we will be going to see in the following matches. Of course, we're going to see a lot of matches today. 5 teams. And of course, the bracket stage is a little bit different. It's not like the one we had in the Legendary Cup. So we have what's it called, the double elimination. So the upper bracket part, even if they lose one of their games, they still have the opportunity to meet the team that won the lower bracket to try and get into the grand final.
And the other bracket is consisting of the 2 top teams of each group, Group A and B, where we have X-Ray wins these and the Slug coming out on top here.
Oh yeah, we see it on the screen now.
Before that match, though, we will have Ujemne playing against Half a Decade. We got a free win here because the enemy team couldn't show up, unfortunately. So one less match to cast could have been fun though.
Yeah. So yeah, we will see Hard for Deckard going against the Ujemne win ratio in the next match, and then after that we will see the Slug, which we know of, decent amount of players from there, going up against X-Ray wins these every day. And of course, if you win that, then you're in the grand final. That is indeed a Christmas jumper, Aviator. It's snowing quite a lot here, so I'm already in the Christmas mood. So I thought, to make it a little bit nice for the stream. I could point it outside if you want to see how much it's snowing out here. It's quite beautiful. Let me do that. For a second.
I mean,
there we go.
You have a Christmas jumper. It's snowing. You live in a wooden house.
Snowing.
How Norwegian?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can get this back. There we go. Should be good. Nice. So yeah. I mean, the holiday spirit, it's only the November the 10th, but yeah, I'm already in the Christmas mood. So this was the first match. Of course, we will see 2 more. We could talk a little bit about the Division S again. So there is, of course, the highest tournament you can get in right now, because, HGC not being here. Division S, which is 1 league above Division 1 again, will have they've opened the signups right now, so you can sign up with your team there and try and get into the the highest level of play you can get to right now. And of course, these games will be streamed and casted on this channel. There's also a prize pool which you are able to donate to. If you want some more info regarding Division S, you can type exclamation points Div S in 1 word, and you can you can get a lot of info there.
100%. Or you can talk to, what's the guy's name? Philip, right? If I remember correct. Yeah, Philip. So PHALOP. Send him a message if you're interested and you want more info on the how to sign up when the matches are going up. He will be more than happy to help.
Yeah, and if you want to volunteer as well.
Yeah, and if you want to volunteer as well, obviously, to both if you want to cast or if you want to write stuff about the different teams, just in general, keeping community spirits high and doing something great for the HOTS community.
Yeah.
We see here in the poll that Hartford Decade has actually taken the first place in the Mythic, who the chat thinks are going to win the Mythic Championship with 45.5% of the votes. So a lot of trust coming into them here, and they're actually gonna face Ujemne now, which sits at the 2nd slot with 36% of the vote. So go ahead and vote if you want to. Could be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean,
what the chat thinks. If the chat...
the chat is always right, obviously. So anything that they say will go. Yeah, I mean, I think we are. I think we will go on a little break now, actually, before the next matches start. Of course, the players want to have a little bit of a break in between, because the people that just played now will also play in the next match. Ujemne win ratio, that is. So we're gonna have a little break, and then we will get back to you in about 15 or 20 minutes, something like that. It'll probably be a timer on the screen, and we'll be able to see some highlights. So, yeah.